Knowing this could save you millions in cryptocurrency. The truth is, most people get wrecked in crypto, and here's why. Because the crypto markets or speculative markets, stock market or crypto, specifically crypto without regulation, it's extremely emotional. And if you don't understand that they use our emotions, which creates motion and makes you take massive action even if it's not right, has you selling when you're fearful and buying when everybody's joyful. You should not be taking advice from your uncle at the barbecue who is living paycheck to paycheck, who's telling you investments are fraud. And you should not be taking advice from your grandparents or parents who are trading time for money and living in the just over broke paradigm and trying to survive to pay for their medication at retirement. We need to learn to have discernment. So this article came out from Ripple. It says 5 things or 5 myths no business leaders should believe around cryptocurrency, specifically talking to business leaders. Now remember, Ripple is in a vicious case with the SEC around XRP being a security, which has been going on since 2020. So let's go over these 5 myths, which should help you take a deep breath, buy when everybody's fearful, and sell when your friends are getting in. Because when everybody comes rushing into crypto in between April 2024 and the back end of 2025, I'll be selling you my cryptocurrency. I'll be taking my profits, paying my taxes, creating more tax liabilities, putting it into Index Universal Life to secure and protect my wealth and guarantee my principal. And I'll leverage my Index Universal Life to buy other assets. So as you guys are using your cash to buy back into your profits, I'll be multiplying my profits and buying back in by getting more cash generating assets. So let's go over the 5 myths that will help you stay calm and do the opposite of the 99% and not get wrecked. So this article came out yesterday from Ripple, 5 myths no business leaders should believe. And linked in my bio, there's a deep dive YouTube video on this. So I'm just going to go over the 30,000 foot overview. And in my YouTube channel, in my bio, you can go deep into it. So number 1, crypto is a fad. Companies like PayPal, Starbucks have kicked off their crypto rewards for their customers, and a number of payment companies have deployed crypto-enabled solutions to speed up transactions, lower cost, improve transparency, reliability, and all major pain points for cross-border payments. Over 90% of central banks are working on a central bank digital currency. I do not support central bank digital currencies, but that's a fact. You cannot move into the new monetary system without crypto. Crypto is risky and volatile. Well, the volatility comes from the thin market cap. There's not a lot of money in crypto compared to the global markets. So when a whale manipulates you and moves a large amount of crypto, it is extremely volatile. But when it's extremely volatile, you can make a lot of money. That's why you buy when everybody's fearful and you sell when everybody's coming in. But an example of Ripple's payment system, which takes 3 to 5 seconds and Ripple automatically absorbs the change and the customer is unaffected, is the reason why I'm so bullish on Ripple and specifically XRP, the token, because it provides an amazing solve for our fucked up financial system. Excuse my language, but it's fucked up. Crypto is not sustainable. So the narrative they sold you and what your parents are talking about and your grandparents are indoctrinated that crypto is energy intensive, it's expensive. Do you know how expensive and energy intensive it is to run a branch and ATMs and how much energy it takes? But it's important to understand things like XRP and the XRPL examples. It was the first green carbon neutral blockchain. And we all know that's the World Economic Forum's narrative, ESG. And Larry Fink is on the board of trustees to move the mission forward, which is the largest asset manager in the world. I digress. Number 4, crypto solutions are complex and difficult to implement. Well, that's not true anymore. It's seamless cross-border payments for financial institutions and global businesses. Some of the products and services that Ripple provide and other companies can get up and running within a week. And do you know how expensive it is? I used to run the banks and went to CBA Executive Banking School. I understand how expensive it is to implement new systems and processes in the bank, but these cloud systems can be up and running within weeks at very low cost. And last, crypto lacks regulatory clarity. In America, absolutely, because Gary Gensler and his greed in politics. But in other countries, they already have stablecoin regulation. They already deemed some of these cryptos cryptocurrency, Gary Gensler. So you can clearly see, based on what I've been reporting for the last 2 to 3 years, is America's in a very, very dangerous position globally and economically. We have bad policies. We have horrible financial acumen. Well, they know what they're doing. We cannot even service our debt, just like 1971. There's not enough money to give you your money back in the banks. All of our dollars are debt. We have to borrow to pay for critical services. The pension is dead. I believe the 401k is one of the worst investments in the world. Just my opinion. And Americans have no financial education. You're taught to go to school, get a job, get a paycheck, trade time for money, give part of your paycheck to a 401k and gamble it in the market. And you get taxed like crazy if you touch it during your living years. And then you get taxed on the back end and you need to downsize to retire. That sounds like the American dream. The normal everyday person now went from living decent at $50,000 a year to it needs $150,000 a year to live a decent life. Decent. So if you don't understand the money game, you will always be played. Books back there like Intelligent Investor. I got Think and Grow Rich right here. Becoming Your Own Banker by Nelson Nash. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Richest Man in Babylon. And The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. All the systems and processes that I've used to understand how the wealthy create, store, grow, and compound for generation to generation. They're not doing their money like you. Remember your financial advisor told you cryptocurrency is a fraud in 2017 as their banks were getting set up with blockchain technology? And every time you bring up things like Index Universal Life, first people say, that's an expensive product. That's just a parroted information. If it's not properly set up, it can be expensive. But you need to learn the opportunity cost of money. You don't think sitting it in your bank, $200,000, $300,000, even $30,000 is not expensive? They're giving you 0.25, 0.1% on your money, and they're 100 times in your money. They're putting into bank-owned life insurance, which is basically what we do in Index Universal Life Insurance. They're putting your money into the capital markets. They're making money off your money, and they're lending it back to you at interest. You get 1%, and they make 12, 25% on your money. If you don't know the game, you're always going to get played. So if you're new to my channel, first I have to tell you, I will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. I do not invest people's money. Never send anybody pretending to be me. We do everything under the protection of our Warrior Academy for that reason, which is linked in our bio here. It's an education academy. If you want to meet with one of my Index Universal Life teammates inside my academy, go to my Wealth Pillars. This is not financial advice. I am a licensed insurance agent. Don't make any financial decisions based on this video. Learn discernment. I always say, don't trust a word I say. Trust the feeling and vibration it creates in your body. Act accordingly. Learn to ask questions. Question everything. That's why we're in this position. Our parents told us to never question authority. Well, what if authority is doing shit incorrectly? What if my vibration doesn't feel right about what they're doing? Hell yeah, I'm going to question authority. The question is, why do you do that? And they'll usually say, because it's always been that way. Just because it's been that way doesn't mean it's right. And my truth is not your truth. But the reality that we see is the truth that we accepted. And to me, it doesn't look like freedom for most Americans. Warriors, get your shit together. Love you guys. Everything's linked in the bio here. Remember, I will never proactively DM you. That is not me. Don't send people money pretending to be me. Love you guys.